Good morning, everyone. I'd like to call to order the meeting of the Board of Retirement for Wednesday, the 7th of August in the year 2024. Bonnie?
Thank you, Vice Chair Robbins. This meeting is being held virtually and in person, so I will do a roll call of the trustees to confirm attendance. Ms. Durazo?
Here.
Ms. Gray?
Here.
Ms. Ginsburg?
Here.
Mr. Moore?
Here.
Mr. Green?
Present remotely.
Mr. Oakham?
Here.
Mr. Rue? And Vice Chair Robbins.
Present.
Trustee Sanchez, Harris, and Chair Kehoe will be absent from the meeting today. Staff participating in the meeting includes CEO Santos Kryman, Deputy CEO Louis Lugo, Assistant Executive Officers JJ Popowich and Laura Guglielmo, CIO John Grable, Chief Counsel Stephen Rice, Senior Staff Counsel Michael Herrera, Frank Boyd, Jean Kim, and Jason Waller, Legislative Affairs Officer Barry Liu. Staff and managers participating today include Carly Natoya, Kathy Delino, Chat Aronde, Ted Granger, Cassandra Smith, Louis Gittins, Vincent Lim, Tamara Caldwell, James Beasley, and Rita Navasardian. LACERA's medical advisor, Dr. Glenn Arisman, will also be joining us today. And lastly, Robert Lowe and Thomas Joyce from Alien Insurance Services will also be participating. Trustees, please use the raise your hand Zoom option to be placed in the queue. At this time, we ask all meeting participants to mute their mics until you are ready to speak. And now we may proceed with the agenda.
Thank you very much. Now time for the Pledge of Allegiance. If you'll all stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item number 4, approval of the minutes. I need a motion to approve the minutes of July 3rd.
So moved.
Second.
Are there any changes to the minutes? Please record your vote.
Hang on a moment. Mr. Green?
Aye.
Mr. Razzo?
Aye.
Ms. Ginsburg?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Mr. Oakham?
Aye.
Ms. Gray?
Yes.
Mr. Rue? And Vice Chair Robbins.
Have an eye.
The motion passes unanimously by all trustees present. For procedure for trustees participating under Government Code 54953 for AB 2449, we do have one request from Trustee Green for Just Cause A. Trustee Green, can you publicly disclose whether any other individuals 18 years of age or older are present in the meeting room with you?
The only person 18 years or older here.
Great, thank you. Moving on to public comment.
Sorry, I couldn't turn my microphone off. I vote aye.
Great, thank you so much.
Thank you. We're on item 5, public comment. I have one request from the public to address the board. Mr. Ballesteros. If you'd like to come up to the mic right over here in the front. You are on our agenda in closed session later this morning, but you can have 3 minutes right now to address the board.
Good. Well, I'm here basically for a very simple reason, contesting 3 years and 10 months of county service. 3 years and 10 months of county service, as simple as this. Years ago, I asked LACERA, how could I know the years of service that I have? LACERA told me I could not know unless an audit was conducted for me. I had that repeated to me many different times that I needed an audit in order to know my time of service. The audit was done. I was given my time, and 3 years and 10 months were included in that audit. Thereafter, those same 3 years and 10 months were continued to be repeated to me that I have these 3 years and 10 months. I have other documents that you sent to me saying I have these 3 years with the other time. Okay. Then literally days before I retired in 22, days before I retired, I received a letter saying that I do not have those time, that time was not there, that due to administrative error, that was a mistake, and we apologize for the convenience. Literally saying it was an administrative error and we apologize for the inconvenience. I had to sit back and say, inconvenience. This is far more than an inconvenience. 3 years and 10 years is 3 years and 10 months is a lot of time. Therefore, they said, well, nothing we could do about it. You have to appeal it. So I went to appeal number 1, got a response, appeal number 2, received a response, of course, denied until now. And then just the other day, I received this letter saying, come here. Here I am. And now I just tell them I'm going to report to you. In either case, my point is this. LACERA told me over and over again, they put it in writing, that an appeal would be the way that I could know my time. Then I thought I was good. That was reiterated to me that I have that time. Then upon retirement, it was taken away. Then they said something about errors, and we have to sort of this law 315, whatever, and this, you have to take it away. We have to do this and that. My contention is that an official LACERA audit is not an error, does not fall under the category of an error. And I want that time. I did work for the county many years, probation, deputy probation officer, and I just feel that that time should be returned to me.
Thank you very much. And like I said, we have your item in a meeting with staff later in the agenda. So you'll be notified. We don't really know anything about it at this point. So
All right.
but thank you for coming down, and hopefully you can get a result.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. We're on item 6A, LACERA All-Stars, JJ.
Chairman, good morning, trustees. The All-Stars are staff members recognized who have gone above and beyond in helping deliver a great member experience, or to help their fellow staff members do that. Please join me in congratulating those that you see on your screen there: Tony Samaniego, Barbara Tunke, Antonio Ramos, David Beja, and our web watcher is Laura Kalajian. Thank you very much. So good job. Appreciate you guys. And with that, we'll move into member spotlight, if that's okay. All right. So the member spotlight, this is the when we recognize those that celebrate the members that were selected for this month's member spotlight. The spotlight is our opportunity to recognize hardworking members who serve the county and their constituents, and celebrate their contributions to public service. And it also provides us that moment to reflect on why we do what we do to serve our members. And so this month, our spotlight is Diana Jimenez, who is a data entry individual and working for the Civil Department of Norwalk Courthouse. She has 27 years of service, and she's retired in March of this year. You know, like so many of the long-term county employees, she started out working as a contractor or a temporary employee, and then eventually moved on to join the municipal court. So she worked for ended her service in Whittier Superior Court and then Norwalk Superior Court. She is proudest of satisfying her customers. And that's something that's dear and near to my heart and to everybody here at LACERA, because our members are our customers. And so we're very appreciative that that is also her philosophy and her family. And she looks forward to volunteering with her church and enjoys puzzling and traveling. So we thank her very much for 27 years of wonderful service to the court system.
MC, Chief Executive Officer report, Mr. Kryman.
Yes, Chair Robbins, trustees, good morning, and good morning, staff and members of the public. Very brief report. Wanted to highlight the good work that our employee council team has done. We participated in a program sponsored by the Department of Public Social Services, I believe, to supply backpacks and school supplies to children returning to school. And so we had a goal of approximately 15 backpacks, trying to prepare all that, but our staff overwhelmingly supported the program. We were able to put together 105 backpacks for kids and have a lot of supplies as well that we've donated to the cause. And so I wanted to compliment Alex Choa, who's the head of our ECT. He's doing a wonderful job leading that particular team for us. I believe that on Slate, they're going to have a bowling night. So I wanted to plug that. So any of you trustees that have a bowling ball and some bowling shoes and want to demonstrate your bowling skills, you're more than welcome to join us. I think it's on August 16th. So it's coming soon. Also wanted to point out that the elections for LACERA Board trustees has started. It started on Monday. I did receive my ballot in the mail. I also received instructions to vote online and also instructions on how to vote through the mail and by telephone. And so it was a very thorough report, message to all of our general members that need to vote for not only a Board of Retirement trustee, but also Board of Investment trustee. So we're looking forward to that. And Mr. Popovich, is there anything else that we need to know about the election?
Just get out there and vote.
Get out there and vote. I also wanted to make sure that that I gave Miss Kathy Delino an opportunity to introduce a few new members. And so Kathy, if you don't mind.
Good morning. Over the last month or two, we've filled 5 vacancies in the systems division. And so I wanted to take an opportunity to introduce you to the 5 staff members. They all have been put in the position of IT specialist 2, which is the highest ranking technical position we have. So these are the top geeks. And I mean that with respect and admiration. And so I will mention that we do have one IT specialist too that has been in the position for quite some time, Erwin DeVries. So he is the original top geek, but now we have 5 that are joining him. So Vasu, please join me. So Vasu Kupuswamy is brand new to LACERA. He comes from the healthcare industry where he has spent over 20 years working in mainframe technology and most specifically, migrating mainframe workloads to other distributed applications and platforms. And so he has been brought on board to do the same thing for LACERA. And I'll turn the mic over to you if you want to say a few words.
Thank you, Kathy. Good morning, everyone. I am Vasu Kupuswamy. I joined LACERA in June 2024, just less than 3 months, working business solution team, reporting to Ganesh Kumar. I am very proud to be part of LACERA's team, and I look forward to contributing towards LACERA's mission and also the business solutions team's goal of migrating mainframe to distributed system to cloud. That is all from my side. Thank you all.
Great. Thank you.
And so the next IT specialist too is Glenn Timms, and he's been a contractor for LACERA for quite some time, and we're thrilled to have him on board. His expertise is in enterprise content management, ECM for short, and so that means document images, microfiche images, workflow, OCR. He is our expert in all of those areas. It's a pretty active area right now. One of his superpowers is his attention to detail. So he is like a system administrator and an accountant combined. So it's a great member of our team. And Glenn, if you want to come up and introduce yourself.
Hello, board members. My name is Glenn Timms, and of course, I'm ECM architect. Working, of course, 6.5 years with LACERA, as she mentioned. And thank you for the opportunity to come on board as a full-time employee, and look forward to working with the team for our contribute to the success of the team.
Thank you.
And so the next IT specialist too is Jim Lyle. We hired Jim Lyle as a contractor 4 years ago. About 6 months into COVID, we realized that the The at home order was not temporary and we needed some help. We thought it might be a temporary arrangement. Well, that quickly changed as soon as he was on board as a contractor. He has revolutionized the way we do business at LACERA. He optimized our Microsoft tenant. He led the way to migrating 90% of our on-premise applications to the cloud. Led the way in reducing our footprint here in the building from 3 data centers to 1. And we're just thrilled that he wants to work at LACERA. So I'll let Jim say a few words.
Thank you, Kathy. And I'm just thrilled to be here at LACERA now as a permanent employee. I work for Semivon, and I look to many years here, continuing the improvement of our infrastructure and as we move into future endeavors. Thank you.
Okay, we also have 2 promotions. So the first one is Cookie, and Cookie is so well known. He's been here 32 years. He's like Sting, Elvis. He just goes by his first name, Kobe, LeBron. Cookie. If you say Cookie, everyone knows who he is. So when he was working on his resume for this position, he called me and he said, "I can't believe all the things we've accomplished." And Cookie, I can't believe all the things that you've accomplished. Really, like COVID hit and he was shot out of a cannon, 250 miles an hour, you know, really managing multiple projects that transformed the way we do work so that we could do it remotely and then do it in a hybrid arrangement as well. So welcome, Cookie. Congratulations.
Yeah, happy to be here. 32 years and ongoing. So I work for the technology department primarily. That's under Sami Wong, but I still report to other portions of the division, which is also for PMO. You'll see later that I'll be talking about the MECP project. So that's one of those things. And then the other hat I also wear is for our enterprise financial system. So that is under Ganesh and also under Ted. So a lot of things that I do, but I'm here. Thank you.
And the 5th IT specialist too is Eddie Paz. Eddie Paz has been working here for 30 years, so this is a promotion for him. And he speaks Spanish and English fluently, but I'm pretty sure when he goes to sleep, he dreams in C++ and Java. He is a software developer at heart. He's touched every system we have here. During COVID, you know, the same as Cookie, he really was hustling to make sure that we could conduct business. He spearheaded the first cloud migration, which was a very ambitious one. We moved our mainframe. I'm going to talk about that project again. I talk about it all the time. We moved our mainframe to a privately hosted solution, arguably the most successful project we've ever done at LACERA. And that was Eddie. So with no further ado.
Thank you, Kathy. Good morning, everyone. My name is Eddie Paz, and I wear many hats in that 30 years that I've been at LACERA. It's been an exciting journey to be at LACERA for 30 years. In this current promotion, I'm shifting a little bit to my roots, which is application enterprise development. So I will continue to dream in Java and C++, and so I'm looking forward to the next chapter of my time at LACERA under Kathy and under Ganesh for the business solutions. So thank you for your time.
So this is a significant milestone for our division. Thank you for letting me share it with you. I do want to thank Carlina Toya for all of the detailed work that you and your staff did. Connie and Erica worked with us, and also Wendy Brown and Associates. So it was a lot of work, well worth it. Thank you.
In terms of our internship program, we have, I believe it's 13 total. We'd like to introduce one intern to you all. We've introduced you all to others before. We are having an event today at 12:30, between 12:30 and 1:30. So if you can just join us for all the interns, they'll all be there. And so if you just want to stop by to say hello, that would be great. But I did want to, can I impose on you, Nate, just to introduce your intern? Can you just step up to the mic there? You can have your intern join you.
Hello, good morning, trustees. My name is Nathan Amick, and I'm a senior auditor in internal audit. And recently, Matthew Dobrennan has joined us as an intern. He's been working with us for about 3 weeks now. And he's here just kind of learning the ropes. And he seems like a wonderful gentleman thus far, and he's working really hard for us. Would you like to say anything, Matthew?
Hello, I'm Matthew. I want to thank Internal Audit for having me in there. It's been a great experience, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity, and it's nice to meet everybody.
What school?
I currently go to Cal State Fullerton. I'm going to be a senior and studying finance. Thank you.
Thank you. With that, Chair, that's the end of the report.
Okay. Thank you very much. We're now on item 7, disability retirement applications on the consent agenda. So the first group are the safety members, cases 424E through 446E. I need a motion to approve. I'll second.
Okay, Mr. Razzo,
Aye.
Ms. Ginsburg,
Yes.
Mr. Moore,
Aye.
Ms. Gray,
Yes.
Mr. Oakham,
Aye.
Mr. Rue,
Yes.
Mr. Green,
Aye.
and Vice Chair Robbins.
I'm an aye.
The motion passes unanimously by all trustees present.
Second group is 1856B through 1866B. I need a motion.
So moved.
There's motion
Moved in
by
second.
Mr. Green, a second by Mr. Oakham.
Mr. Razzo,
Aye.
Ms. Ginsburg,
Yes.
Mr. Moore,
Yes.
Ms. Gray,
Yes.
Mr. Oakham,
Aye.
Mr. Rue,
Yes.
Mr. Green,
Aye.
Vice Chair Robbins.
One aye.
The motion passes unanimously by all trustees present.
Next is 2782 through 2792. Need a motion. So moved. I'll second it.
Mr. Razzo,
Aye.
Ms. Ginsburg,
Yes.
Mr. Moore,
Yes.
Ms. Gray,
Yes.
Mr. Oakham,
Aye.
Mr. Rue,
Yes.
Mr. Green,
Aye.
Vice Chair Robbins.
I'm an aye.
The motion passes unanimously by all trustees present.
That completes that portion of the disability cases. We are now on item 8, consent items A through C. I need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Razzo,
Aye.
Ms. Ginsburg,
Yes.
Mr. Moore,
Aye.
Ms. Gray,
Yes.
Mr. Oakham,
Aye.
Mr. Rue,
Yes.
Mr. Green,
Aye.
Vice Chair Robbins.
Aye.
The motion passes unanimously by all trustees present.
We're now on to item 10, non-consent items, 10A. JJ.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Chair and trustees again. We're excited today. Cookie, gonna join me? We're excited today to share with you our recommendation for Genesis as our vendor of choice for our new member experience communications platform. And so Cookie's going to join me in a moment. But before we delve into our selection process, if we can bring up the, oh, it's up. Yeah. While we're bringing that up, before we delve into our selection process and why we've chosen this vendor, I just wanted to start with a few comments about what a member experience communications platform is and why we chose to name the project that way. You know, we're really choosing a vendor to provide us with an enterprise communications platform that will serve our members. Traditionally, that's referred to as enterprise communication solution, a call center solution, an ACD solution, many other names that it goes by. But for LACERA, what we're envisioning is much more than just a call center solution. It's a tool allowing us to more efficiently fulfill our strategic initiative to create a superior member experience. So if we'll go to the second slide, the next slide. Yeah. The team sought to an established business partner that will help us create a broader bridge to our members, allowing us to provide true omni-channel customer support through traditional call center, inbound and outbound, including true wait in line callbacks, which we don't have right now, virtual personal experiences, email, text, and chat, which would be a new offering for LACERA. We sought a business partner that allows us to use all of today's modern technology, including using our LACERA knowledge, resources, and artificial intelligence to provide assistance to our members via first level chat responses and assistance to our staff during phone calls, making sure they have all the data and all the reminders and all the tools at their fingertips to improve the member experience. This platform is designed to help us better manage our workforce, improve our ability to understand the transactions we have with our members, and will improve and expand our ability to monitor calls for quality, allowing real-time intervention if we need it, improved training opportunities for our staff members. It will also assist us in reducing call durations by automating the initial validation of a member, eliminating the need staff to document calls as we transition to call transcripts from manual documentation that they have to type after the calls. And there are benefits to this technology too that I'm looking at and talk to, for example, Tamara, where this technology can be used to help them improve and make their interviews with staff during disability interviews more efficient. So the team has spent the last several months evaluating vendor responses, critically reviewing the vendor demonstrations and asking questions to ensure that we select the best possible choice for LACERA and what we want to do. So with this in mind, I want to turn it over to Cookie, who has shepherded this project through the PMO office to provide an overview of the process and our selection reasons. And then we look forward to your continued support on this important initiative and our choice of vendor. So with that, Cookie,
Thank you,
take it
JJ.
away.
Thank you, JJ. Before we dive into the selection process, allow me to present the team involved with the MECP project. As you can see in this slide, I'd like to thank the executive and primary sponsors, JJ, Tati, Cassie, and Kathy Delano. Without their support, pushing this project would have been, slow. But then I'd also like to thank the evaluation team who together developed and reviewed primarily the selection requirements, the scoring categories, the evaluation criteria, reading through all the evaluation and scoring of all 7 responses. And in addition, they sat through all 4 product demonstrations. Each of them are like 2.5 hours. So thank you to them. The next slide, please. So on this particular slide, I'd like to highlight on the functions and features and capabilities, which is why we gave them 25%. It was critical for the team to know that the products being reviewed had good inbound, outbound contact center capability, the infrastructure and architecture, omni-channel capabilities, workforce management, quality management, unified communications, queue management, administration, reporting, and dashboards. So that's a lot, a mouthful, but really the proof of the pudding is really understanding that this, at the very minimum, had all of these features. So the second thing that we provided a high weight of 25% was RFP compliance. Why? We wanted to make sure that the vendors realized that their submission would be severely penalized if they did not comply. And it is an important measure really for vendors' responsiveness, their focus on our needs. And if they're not responsive now, and if they're not following directions, if they're incomplete, if they're poorly written, that really provides a sneak peek of what the performance would be. So like I said, if they didn't adhere to format, if they were complete and even submitting one schedule, and if they provided responses that weren't satisfactory or just
irrelevant or they were just repeating a whole lot of stuff, then they were really penalized for that. So the others, company organization, which is standard, we gave 20%. Integration, security, and support was also at 20%. It's important that this I highlight this because some of the things that we could get gotchas are on the integration, security, and support. It's critical that these items are really weighed. And lastly, 10% for cost and fee. This played a key role in understanding the value of the product and the solution pricing. And we also expected all the cost components of hosting, software, implementation, and training to be in there. Next slide, please. So with the evaluation and process timeline, this pretty much gives you the idea of where we've been and how we've gotten to this point where we're in front of you. So it all started with the with ITCC approval and assigning a PMO, project manager to it, which is me. It eventually got through the OOC approval last October, and we eventually got into the interviews, presentations, and final discussions. But I do want to highlight several activities that I didn't list in here. Is before we actually invited the finalists, the 4 finalists, we asked them to complete the non-disclosure agreements, security questionnaires, and the DEI questionnaire as a requirement for them to participate in the product demonstration. If they didn't give this, we withheld the confirmation of their demo dates. Also, at this point, information security ran all these 4 finalists through their battery of security assessments and provided good thing that they passed the marks for information security. We also once we determined who we sort of wanted, which is Genesis, we asked them for client reference forms, and they were sent out to the presumptive selected vendor. We scheduled and conducted reference calls with the officers of those companies. We also discussed with these presumptive vendors of the final statement of work. This basically brings about all the deliverables that we showed you in slide number 5, and all the proper numbers and licenses to apply. And once that was all fleshed out, we asked them to come up with the best and final offer. Next slide, please. So this slide basically just gives you a visual of the vendors and how they went through from initial submission to shortlist and eventually the recommended vendor, which is TTEC Genesis. Next slide, please. This phase basically enumerates phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 1 being the original 8 submitters, which was whittled down to 7. Anywhere 365 didn't advance because they failed to provide 4 schedules. So that was very telling of them, and we didn't even bother to review them at that point. So as you can see, this is the ranking as they came in, as they finished phase 1, and as they moved on to phase 2, this is where we had the product demonstrations. Let me just move back again. The 2 products, Genesis and 5.9, were represented by 2 vendors. So the team determined that the top vendor representing that same product gets to advance, which is why TTEC Genesis and NWN 5.9 got to advance. Also, to give Amazon, the current provider, a fair shake, they were also asked to give a demonstration of their wares for that same 2.5 hours, and with the same scenarios that we gave the other 4. However, after we saw that, we were still not convinced that their feature set could change our minds on the lead product, which is Genesis. Next slide, please. So this is just a slide to give you an overview of Genesis, the company behind the product. I do want to emphasize the third bullet, where they are the leader in the contact centers space, and also they're the leader in the Gartner call center as a service Magic Quadrant. Genesis actually enjoys a market share of about 18.2%. They're actually the top dog. And why this is quite important, because a market share leader, they definitely get the attention of developers for popular and prominent apps. So anything that's an add-on and integration capabilities to other products, it's important that that they have a good market share, and that means it's very well supported by the other developers. From a support standpoint, it also comes with a large community of users and developers, and that actually is a good thing, because it's a lot of subject matter resource for that. If you notice, one of the bigger names, which is NICE, didn't respond to the RFP. No matter how hard I tried to reach out to them, they didn't respond. So, okay. However, Ring Central actually rebrands NICE's CX1 product. And this was quite evident when we went through the product demonstrations. And we saw them on several of the user interfaces. We actually saw the NICE logo. So I didn't think we missed out on that one. Next slide, please. So TTEC is the vendor supporting Genesis for this implementation. Of note, they've got 45 years of contact center space experience. They are the 2023 Genesis North American Partner of the Year. Some of the notable U.S. clients that they have are the state of Indiana, Mint Mobile, and the publisher of USA Today, Gannett. And lastly, I told you about the reference calls. We did conduct them and obtained some very positive reference calls from Colorado Para. I believe you know this group. Key Benefit Administrators, AAA Western Central New York area. Very telling is that all of them, I asked this question: if you had to do it all over, would you still choose TTEC and Genesis? And it was quite a resounding yes for them. Next, please. So this basically just provides you the breakdown of the 5-year cost, the one-time implementation cost of $157,000 and $675,000, and the yearly subscription support cost of $432,585. The first year cost, if you put that together, is $590,000, and the total 5-year cost is $2,320,600. Next slide, please. So in supporting JJ's original premise that LACERA's strategic priority is our superior member experience, I think the RFP team believes that this can be achieved with this partnership of TTEC and Genesis, based on our evaluation, our scoring, and an assessment. And in closing, so we'd like the board to authorize and engage with this vendor. And that concludes my presentation.
Thank you very much. Anyone have any questions? So
We need a recommendation. We need a motion.
We need a motion. Yeah.
To accept Genesis.
I'll second it.
A motion and a second.
Mr. Rosno?
Aye.
Ms. Ginsburg?
Yes.
Mr. Moore?
Yes.
Mrs. Gray?
Yes.
Mr. Elcom?
Yes.
Mr. Rue?
Yes.
Mr. Green?
Aye.
Vice Chair Robbins?
I'm an aye.
The motion passes unanimously by all trustees present.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Everyone, good job. We're on item B, Mr. Kryman wants to hire somebody on 960 hours. How about a motion?
So moved.
There's a motion and a second. What do you vote?
Ms. Durazo,
Aye.
Ms. Ginsburg,
Yes.
Mr. Moore,
Aye.
Ms. Gray,
Yes.
Mr. Oakham,
Aye.
Mr. Root,
Yes.
Mr. Green,
Aye.
Vice Chair Robbins.
I'm an aye.
The motion passes unanimously by all trustees present.
Very much. We're now on item 11, reports, and the first report is going to be a presentation, I understand. So, and just for the record, I read this thing in my packet. Nobody gave her an easy assignment, Michael.
No.
I mean, when I looked at all the stuff she did, it kind of blew me away. So
Her work blew us away too. Thank
you
you.
have it, Michael.
Thank you, board. It seems like just yesterday, I had the privilege of introducing Rita Navazarian to the legal office as our summer legal intern. Time flies when you're having fun, I guess, but it's time to say goodbye. We wish to, on behalf of Steve, myself, and the entire legal office, thank her for her service to the legal office, LACERA, and our membership. Speaking of superpowers, as we knew when we selected her, Rita is smart, diligent, hardworking, and just a nice person. It was a pleasure to have her around. The final assignment, we're not letting her go that easy. Her last day is today. Her final project is a capstone project where she will, for the board and staff, detail the work and her experience here at LACERA. And with that, I'm pleased to turn it over to her.
Thank you for your kind words, Michael. It was such an honor being at LACERA this summer, and I briefly introduced myself to the board in the June board meeting. And now I want to show everyone what I worked on this summer. So, oh, do I do it or? Okay. Okay, thank you. So some facts about me before I start is I graduated from Cal State Northridge with a bachelor's in journalism. And now I'm starting my second year of law school this fall at the Chapman University Dale E. Fowler School of Law in Orange, California. And in my upcoming year, I would like to join Chapman Law's Alternative Dispute Resolution team and compete. We go on different competitions across the country. So I would like to join that. And next summer, I would like to work, next summer, I would like to work at a property law firm in Los Angeles doing transactional work. So that's some facts about me. And the legal division comprises of 4 different divisions. It's transactions, litigation, benefits, and disability retirement and disability litigation. So I worked throughout those divisions this summer with different assignments for all 4 or 5, I guess. For transactions, my first assignment was for Michael Brogan. If you could go to the next slide, please. Thank you. So for Michael Brogan, I did an assignment where I was tasked to identify instances where submanagers have obligations to LACERA, even without a direct contractual relationship, as LACERA qualifies as a third-party beneficiary. So a manager would be an external asset manager contracted by LACERA to oversee and allocate investment funds. And a sub-manager would be the entity or individual appointed by the manager to manage specific portions of the investment funds for particular investment purposes. So consequently, the sub-manager's obligations to LACERA arise from the contractual arrangements between the sub-manager and the manager. And the purpose of this assignment was to highlight these obligations and gain valuable insights into the extent of responsibility that sub-managers owe to LACERA, and to establish clear rules and guidelines that the sub-managers must adhere to in their dealings with LACERA. So for Christine Roseland in the investments team, I researched legal entity identifiers and determined the necessary steps for deactivating or retiring them once a real property held through LACERA's real estate portfolio is sold. So LEIs are mandatory identifying numbers assigned to companies for identification purposes, and they're used by lenders. LACERA's separate account real estate holdings are held through companies, and I was tasked with what to do with LEIs once the properties are sold. Our options were to either renew the LEI for potential future business purposes or to retire it. And after conducting my research, I advised that it would be best to retire the LEIs. So for litigation, I worked on a couple different assignments. For Jasmine Bath, on the attorney on litigation team, I worked on researching different diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives of other SERL systems, such as CalPERS, CalSTRS, and the University of California, as well as others, to develop our DEI policy. And for this, I created an Excel sheet highlighting the differences between the programs, organizing the research materials into a table, and showcasing their respective policies, their related reports, their implementation dates, and key performance indicators. For my second assignment for her, which I will be continuing to work on today, I researched the Pregnant Workers Fairness Act and analyzed how its accommodation process differs from the disability accommodation process under the Fair Employment Housing Act. And I am summarizing both acts into a memo while summarizing the key differences in these two statutes. For Michael Herrera on the litigation team, I drafted a research memo and assisted in preparing a staff memo on the applicability of the 3-year statute of limitation under the SERL to various type of actions. I examined similar cases and statutes used by CalPERS and CalSTRS, as well as other retirement systems within SERL to find relevant precedents. For benefits, I worked on an assignment for Jean Kim. I researched precedent cases on the issue of whether a court can establish paternity based on circumstantial evidence to grant death benefits and the statute of limitations for establishing paternity. I summarized my findings and research into a memo. The second assignment was to research case law interpreting California Government Code Section 7511.32, defining final compensation, and California Government Code Section 31462.05C regarding substitution for purposes of calculating final compensation where there is an absence. I also reviewed comparable provisions that are applicable to CalPERS and CalSTRS. For disability retirement and disability litigation, I worked on an assignment for disability retirement for Frank Boyd, and an attorney in the disability retirement legal team. And I conducted research to determine the legal requirements for obtaining a peace officer's personnel records. For the disability litigation team, for Eugenia Dare, I conducted a procedural conference for a pro per applicant who was appealing the board's decision on her disability application, which was determined to be non-service connected. Before the hearing, I created a script using the procedures for disability retirement hearing guide. And during the procedural conference, I worked alongside Eugenia while the referee, court reporter, and applicant were present. This experience has taught me how to effectively communicate with a litigant who is self-represented. For attorney Jason Waller, I attended an applicant's appeals hearing. Following the hearing, I drafted a comprehensive hearing report detailing what took place, including the attendees and the next steps for Jason and the member. And to conclude, I would like to say that because of this internship, I have significantly enhanced my legal research and writing abilities. Additionally, I've gained a deeper understanding of various legal fields that I had not previously explored. And I would like to give a heartfelt thank you to everyone at LACERA who supported me and welcomed me to LACERA this summer for my internship. And I would especially like to thank Stephen Rice, Michael Herrera, and Jasmine Bath for giving me the opportunity and for giving me many challenging and exciting assignments to work on this summer. And it really solidified my commitment to pursuing the transactional side of law. So I'd like to say thank you to everyone. Thank you.
One question. How many hours a day did you work to complete this? Because it would take me all this time to complete assignment number 1.
It was 40 hours a week, or I guess like 37 hours a week, yeah.
Thank you so much and good luck.
Thank you.
No pun intended, but you set the bar. Sorry, dad joke, but that it's very impressive. That's it's quite a long list, and you know, it's looks like you know, hopefully the program can continue with this because and maybe someday you'll come back to LACERA.
Yes, thank you.
Item 11 are all of the reports A through H. And there's no motion required. So unless someone wants to pull one and talk about it, we'll move on. We are on item 11.1. Steve, do you have anything you want to report on the fiduciary council contact and billing? Okay. We need a motion on this?
No.
No motion required. Item 12, items for staff review.
Nothing to report.
We have nothing. Items for future agendas. We have nothing. And now we will do good of the order, and we will start with Mr. Oakham. Ron.
I'm just reading something for, if we have any football and Michigan fans, they put Harbaugh on notice for 4 years. He's got a 6-year contract with the Chargers for a lot of money for 4 years, which means he really can't be hired. And if he's hired, he can't coach for a year. So they hit him personally pretty hard. We'll see what's going to happen with the rest of this.
Mr. Kryman, anything on good of the order?
No, I don't have anything. It's go Wolverines, I guess.
Moving right along.
Nothing for the group. Thank you.
Mr. Moore?
No, I don't have it.
Vivian?
Congratulations to our promotions, our new hires, but most importantly to our intern, because she does have some superpowers. I just don't get it. I don't get it. But congratulations to everyone. You truly are making LACERA great and truly promoting our mission and our values. So thank you very much.
Yes, just reiterating what Vivian said, congratulations to all the promotions and the interns. What a great opportunity for a lot of young people. So we have to spread the word about that. And I'm looking forward to maybe even attending the event today with the other interns, but thanks for a great meeting.
And Mr. Green, anything for good of the order?
Yes, sir. Mr. Chair, I apologize for my absence, but you know, just going through the agenda and again, thanks to staff, and I want to echo Ms. Gray's comments with the, you know, upward and onward and promoting, and you know, the work that goes into some of this stuff. It's really thorough, and just thanks for everybody, you know, during summer and whatnot. So that's it.
Okay. Mr. Rue from Paradise, anything?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
And I guess I'll just end it, unless somebody on staff has anything for good of the order, setting out in the beyond. Just a reminder, the OOC meeting, the Operation Oversight Committee meeting, is canceled today, so there will not be one. So with that, we will go into executive session. Let's take about a 10-minute break.
Mr.